Okay, so here we're adding polynomials. We look at our first set of parentheses. There's nothing in front of it, so there's nothing that I have to distribute, so I'm just going to rewrite it without my parentheses. So I get 6x to the fifth plus 3x squared minus 5. Then I look at my second set of parentheses. There's nothing in front of it besides a plus sign, which is like a plus 1. So if I distribute the 1, it does nothing for me. So I'm going to rewrite that without my parentheses. Okay, now all I'm left with is combining my like terms. I look at my 5, 6x to the fifth, a 3x to the fifth. When I combine that, I get 9x to the fifth. Those are done. I can cross them off. Then I have a 3x squared and a positive 8x squared. 8 and 3, I get 11x squared. Those are done. And lastly, a negative 5 and a negative 8. Negative 5 and a negative 8 give me a negative 13. We can't combine that any farther, so 9x to the fifth plus 11x squared minus 13 is my answer. Okay, number 2. Again, we're adding. We look at our first set of parentheses. There's nothing in front of it, so I can rewrite it without my parentheses. 7x to the fifth plus 3x to the third plus 5. I look at this parenthesis. There's nothing in front of it, so I can just rewrite it without my parentheses. A positive 3x to the fifth plus 4x to the third plus a 9. Then I'm combining my like terms, a 7x to the fifth and a 3x to the fifth. 7 and 3, I get 10x to the fifth. I'm done with those. I'm going to cross those off. Then I look, I have 3x to the third here and a 4x to the third here. When I combine those, I get a 7x to the third. Done with those. And lastly, I have a positive 5 and a positive 9. Positive 5 and a positive 9 is a positive 14 as my answer. So I get 10x to the fifth plus 7x to the third plus 14. So we get the choice C. Now number 3, we get into some subtraction. Here we have 2x to the seventh minus 19x to the fourth plus 16. So I look at my first set of parentheses. There's nothing in front of it. So I'm going to rewrite it without my parentheses. Then I look at my second set of parentheses. I have this minus. So really it's a negative 1. So what I need to do is distribute that negative 1 into everything inside of that parentheses. So what I'm really going to do is end up changing the sign. A negative 1 times an 8x squared to the seventh is a negative 8x to the seventh. A negative 1 times a positive 18x to the fourth is a negative 18x to the fourth. A negative 1 times a negative 11 is a positive 11. Now I'm back to what I was doing before. I need to combine my like terms. I have a 2x to the seventh. A negative 8x to the seventh gives me a negative 6x to the seventh. Those are gone. Cross them off. Then we have a negative 19x to the fourth and a negative 18x to the fourth. When I combine that, I get a negative 37x to the fourth. Those are done. Then lastly, I have a positive 16 and a positive 11, which gives me a positive 27. So our final answer is negative 16x to the seventh minus 37x to the fourth plus 27, which is choice B. And lastly, number 4, another subtraction. So we look at our first set of parentheses. There's nothing that I can distribute inside of that, so I'm going to rewrite it without the parentheses. So 12y to the third plus 7y squared. Then I look here. I have this negative in front of it, which is just like a negative 1. So I need to distribute that. A negative 1 times a negative 4y cubed is a positive 4y cubed. A negative 1 times a positive 18y squared is a negative 18y squared. And then I need to combine my like terms. A 12y to the third and a 4y to the third is a 16y to the third. That's done. 7y squared and a negative 18y squared is a negative 11y squared. I can't combine that any farther, so we get 16y to the third minus 11y squared, which is choice B.